Shalom, welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Daf Yomi Yevamot Aleph Dibra Torah B'Lashon B'nei Adam Part 2. We discussed in the previous year that the Torah is written in a way that man can relate to. Two ramifications that we mentioned. One, certain halachic limudim, extrapolations that one may think they can make from a word, an extra word. It's not really an extra word, it's a stylistic pasuk written in a way that man can relate to, and if we cannot extrapolate from that word. That's the case in our Gemara in Yevamot Aleph. The other possible understanding is that in a philosophical way, anytime the Torah talks about God in a physical way, we cannot take it literally. The Rishonim discuss this many times. It's a famous machlokes Rambam Raavad in Perplexed Hilchot Teshuva, where the Rambam writes, one who believes God is physical, he might be a righteous person in every other way. He believes that God's physical, he is tragically a min. He's a heretic, he has no share in Olam Habah. The Raavad criticizes the Rambam and says, how could it be? You have many great people who think that God is physical because they learn the psukim that way, and they learn the midrashim that way, and that's what they understand the pasuk and the midrash to mean. It's an innocent mistake. How could those people be heretics? So he says, God forbid that the people should be heretics. Raavad actually uses the language that you have people greater than the Rambam who take these psukim and midrashim literally. Commentaries on the Rambam are not so sure about the Raavad to say that. The people greater than the Rambam, a person thinks God's physical, and he could be greater than the Rambam. Hard thing to assume. The Raavad himself, of course, denies that God is physical. He only says that people who make this mistake cannot be defined as heretics. Machlokes Rambam Raavad is not, it's huge, of course, but it's not regarding God himself. They both agree that God is not physical. Machlokes is, according to Rambam, just an objective reality. Either he has a proper concept of God, which is the base of all knowledge, and then he moves on from there, the knowledge of the Torah and the mitzvot and Chachmat Hashem in all areas. But he has no base, then he just cannot move on from there. It's nothing to do with intentions, unintentional mistake. It doesn't make a difference. It's objective reality. But according to Raavad, this somehow is included in all areas, like all areas of shogeg, an innocent mistake. And he doesn't think that God's physical because he's convinced he has to be physical. Psukim tell me that he's physical, so that's what I understand. So it could be for the Raavad. It's not like an inherent attachment to God's physicality. He simply thinks that Psukim tell him, the Medrash tells him that God's physical, he's physical. And he would change if he told him differently. Be that as it may, whatever the svara for the machlokes is, the Rambam and the Raavad, it's a very serious argument. And the fact is, it's not something halacha l'mais l'chatchila. Everyone agrees. We must teach our children. We must believe ourselves that God is not physical. It's the yigum ani mamins. It's yigdal. We said every day. Ein lo demut haguf, ein lo guf. He is not physical. We cannot project our physicality onto God, and that's of course a fundamental principle in the 13 principles of faith. Shalom.